can I ask you something? Have you ever sat there wondering, is it actually abuse? Or am I just in a difficult relationship? Maybe you've told yourself every couple argues. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I just need to communicate better. Yeah, no matter how much you explain, apologize, or try to do better, nothing really changes except that you feel smaller and more exhausted. If you are a woman over 14 and you are stuck in that confusion, this video is for you. Hello, my dear. Welcome back. Welcome back. Elevate Worth with Bussy. I am Bussy, and this channel is for women over 40 who are healing from covert narcissistic abuse and rediscovering who they truly are. In this video today, we are going to gently answer a very important question. How do I know this is it? This is just a... How do you know if this is just a hard season in your relationship or if it's covert narcissistic abuse? How do you know? And if you stay with me till the end, I'll tell you how to get my free guide, 25 signs you are with a hidden narcissist. So you can quietly go deeper, connect the dots, and begin trusting your own reality again. Let's start with something important. Not every painful relationship is abusive. No. Two people can obviously, absolutely have conflict, like argue, misunderstandings, disagreements, even seasons that feel really hard. That's life, isn't it? So what does a difficult but healthy relationship look like, you may ask? In a healthy relationship, even during hard times, both people can say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, and actually mean it. But there is change after apologies, not just pretty words. You feel heard, even if you don't always agree, and you feel basically safe being yourself. Who else could you be besides yourself? Even when you are not at your best, you might feel tired, stretched, but you don't feel like your soul is shrinking. You don't walk away from every disagreement feeling confused, crazy, or like you've been spun in a washing machine. In a healthy relationship though, difficult relationship, the question is, how do we fix this together? That's in a healthy relationship that is going through difficulties, right? You ask yourself, how do we fix this together? In an abusive dynamic, the unspoken message is, how do I make this your fault? That's unfortunate. Now, let's look at what happens in a covert narcissistic dynamic on the surface. It might look similar. There are conflicts, misunderstandings, unmet needs. But if you tune into how you feel over time, the pattern is very different. In a covert narcissistic relationship, you bring up a hat and somehow the spotlight ends up on his pain. You apologize for more than he does, if at all they apologize. They're never wrong, are they? So why would they apologize? Right. So even when you haven't done anything wrong, you just have to apologize for the sake of peace. The same issues repeat over and over and over. There's no end in the repeat cycles. And there's no real change. You start changing yourself, what you wear, what you say, who you see, just to keep the peace. You feel like you're walking on eggshells in your own home. And the big difference is this. In a healthy relationship, conflict might be painful, but it leads somewhere. You repair, you grow, you feel closer again. In a covert narcissistic abusive dynamic, conflict is a tool. It's a weapon. It's used to keep you small, confused, and dependent. Can't do anything without me. You don't grow closer. You grow smaller. Let me give you 5 key differences, okay? 5 signs that tells you that this is covert narcissistic abuse. It's not just a difficult or a rough patch, or you're just, it's not just two people disagreeing. No. If it's a healthy relationship and covert narcissistic relationship, let's dive deeper. Right. So the 5 key differences between difficult and destructive, let's call it destructive, okay, is that difference number 1, accountability versus blame shifting. In a healthy though difficult relationship, both people can say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, without adding, but you made me do it, or but if you hadn't, or but you always, you know them sayings. I mean, you've heard them so many times. You think it's normal. Yeah. In a covertly abusive relationship, anytime you try to talk about your head, it flips on its head. Suddenly, you are irresponsible. You are responsible for his actions, for his emotions, for his reactions, for his behavior. What is he responsible for? You end conversations thinking, maybe I did overreact. Maybe I am the problem. What's happening is that your reality is being twisted constantly. Of course, you feel exhausted. It's exhausting. You're carrying the weight of his behavior too. This is not proper communication. This is a refusal to take responsibility. It is. What could it be? After each conflict, start noticing who actually took responsibility and who walked away. Carrying the blame. Write it down. Difference number 2, emotional safety versus walking on eggshells. In a difficult but healthy relationship, you might disagree. Strongly. I mean, like strong disagreement. But you know deep down that you are still loved and valued. You don't fear emotional punishment. There's none, for being honest. In a covertly abusive relationship, you constantly scan his mood. To say what I say. You rehearse conversations in your head. You edit yourself so you don't set him off, even though you don't really know what will trigger them. I mean, you might think you've mastered the game and then new rules appear. If your body feels tense in your own home, if your nervous system is always on guard, that is not just difficult. That's your body telling you you don't feel safe. So difference number 3, resolution versus repetition. There's no end in any misunderstanding. Right, let me explain what I mean by that. In healthy relationship, even if it takes time, conflict eventually leads to some sort of resolution, even if it takes time. But you learn, adjust, and move forward, right? But in a covert narcissistic dynamic, there's a cycle, a nice or golden period, then coldness, criticism, or withdrawal, and then a blow up or silent treatment, then back to nice again. You cling to the good moments to survive the bad, but nothing ever truly changes. If you can predict the cycle but not prevent it, my dear, that is not just a rough patch, that is a pattern. Now, difference number 4, what happens to your sense of self? In a healthy, although challenging relationship, you may be stretched, but you still recognize yourself. You still have your hobbies, your friends, your opinions, or your voice. In a covert narcissistic abuse, you slowly disappear. You slowly disappear. Things you used to love, you've dropped. Friendships, you've pulled away. Opinions, you second guess them before you speak. You look in the mirror and think, I don't even know who I am anymore. That is not what working on a relationship is supposed to feel like. That is what losing yourself to abuse feels like. Right, moving on to difference number 5, how your body feels, right? You can argue with our minds all day long. You can argue with our minds, like, yeah, because you have to use your mind anyway. But our bodies don't lie. In a healthy relationship, even with ups and downs, your body gets to rest. You have moments of ease, laughter, softness. In covert abuse, your body is in constant survival mode. A tight chest, a knot in your stomach, trouble sleeping, anxiety when you hear his key in the door. Your nervous system has learned that love equals danger and I mean, you can't predict what's going to happen. So unpredictability. Is that the right word? Unpredictability. If your body relaxes more when he's not home than when he is, that is information. That is wisdom. This was like one of the things I personally was like, wait a minute. I'm full of energy. I'm creative. When he's not home, I'm not just talking about like being away from home during the day, like 2 days or 3 days or whatever number of days. You'll be like, what's happening? Like I said, that's wisdom, right? If you suddenly realize that, oh, you feel safe when he's not there. So if you're listening to this and thinking, this is uncomfortably accurate, my dear, I created something just for you. It's a free guide called 25 Signs You Are with a Hidden Narcissist. These are the patterns I wish somebody gently laid out for me when I was questioning my own reality. You can download it using the link in the description or in the comment section below. Read it in your own time, highlight what resonates, use it alongside your journal. I hope you're journaling, aren't you? Journaling, okay? Like, take your thoughts down, put them on piece of paper, so that you can start seeing the full picture of what you've been living through. So let's name what's really happening. You are not just bad at relationships. You are not too sensitive. You've been trying to have a healthy partnership with somebody who's not interested in mutual responsibility, only control and self-protection, self-preservation. You've been calling it a rough patch because admitting it might be abuse feels terrifying. I mean, who wants to say that you're in an abusive relationship? Nobody. But it is what it is. And of course, you've done that, my dear. Especially if you've given years, even decades to this person, or you have children together, like I did. It is completely human to want to hold on to the good moment and deny the bad. Your confusion is not a weakness. It's a sign of how deeply you have tried to make this work. But here's what it means. If you constantly feel smaller, silenced, and scared of emotional punishment, this is not simply a difficult relationship. This is a destructive pattern. And you cannot heal a destructive pattern by destroying yourself a little more each day to keep it going. Your next step is not to run out of the door today. That won't be why. Your next step is clarity. I invite you to do two things, right? First, the reality check exercise. Think back to the last 3 big arguments. Big arguments. Or tense moments you had. Write them down in your journal. For each one, ask, did he take any real responsibility? If so, how? Did anything actually change afterwards? How did I feel in my body afterwards? In this case, how did you feel in your body afterwards? Second, download the free guide, 25 Signs You Are with a Hidden Narcissist, using the link in the description or in the comment section. Use it alongside your journaled examples. Circle or highlight the signs that show up in your own story. This is how you gently move from, is it me? To, this is the pattern, right? This is what's been going on. Now you can see. So, my dear, I know how frightening it can be to even ask these questions. You are incredibly brave for looking at this honestly. So if this video helped you see things a little more clearly, please let me know by commenting the word sin below. You will also see other women doing the same, and you will know you are not alone in this. Don't forget to download your free guide, 25 Signs You Are with a Hidden Narcissist. Keep it somewhere safe, on your phone, in a folder, by your bedside, as a reminder that what you feel is real. And if you want more support on this journey of understanding covert narcissistic abuse, rebuilding your self-worth, and rediscovering yourself in your 40s and beyond, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember, my dear, no one is coming to rescue you, but you can give yourself permission to set yourself free. I'll see you in the next video.